the long and lonesome journey to the great awakening. We thought we were going to be free. Now we realized the ones we're waiting for is you and me. People say we're crazy, but they're just fast asleep. Each one that awakens is now waiting on the leap into the unknown. But I know it gets much better than right here. Here I am, standing in my power again. Here I stand, uncovering the truth again. Turn the page, it's a new chapter, and it says where we go on, we go on. And it says where we go on, we go on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Turn the Page. I'm your host, Janine Steffens, and today we have got two wonderful guests on here. We have Mel Carmine and Destin Deplorable. As you guys know, Destin is our resident guru, if you will, with currencies. And, of course, we have Mel, and I'm very excited. Mel, thank you so much for joining us. We may just take a pause here for a minute. We're still getting some things set up. How are we doing with that setup, Mel?
I think it's because you sound great on my side. You look great on my side.
Okay. What about the link? Did that get taken care of for you?
Yeah, I believe so. I can't do it for me, otherwise I'll get feedback. But
okay.
Yeah, if that's the link, it's already in the rooms.
All right, fantastic. And then we have, of course, Destin here, who is from Destin, Florida. So, Mel, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. This is fantastic. You know, this, first of all, let me explain our community to you in the chat. We are live, and they have been really coming up to speed. But when I saw your show, the one thing, and I even pointed this out to my husband, I said, he explains things on a level that I can understand. It was so clear. It was almost as if, you were like talking to me directly and drawing it out. And I could see these visual, things that are, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on here. And also, there's a lot of other people that have been following you on other channels, if you will. But thank you so much and welcome.
Well, pleasure's all mine, and I'm glad you said that because you see, we put together I'm gonna give myself a little plug here real quick so your audience knows how to follow us. The number one channel, the one that ends with the one up here, is in jail. This one's the one you could follow us temporarily. This one's gonna be out of jail in about 10, 12 days. And if you ever get lost, you go right here, which is the actual Holy Bible, the Holy Grail of the quantum financial system. We put together the most elementary videos. I mean, when I say elementary, I don't care if you're a 75-year-old grandmother or if you're a 14-year-old kid messing around with marbles in the dirt, okay? You'll know what this is. You'll watch the videos. We put them in a chronological elementary order that if you watch them from top to bottom, it explains everything in verbatim in very simplistic terms. There's also videos in there that show you these are videos that have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in production value. That's not a made-up story. That's a true story that explains to you the history of the monetary system and what a screw job it is. Again, very simple to understand. You watch those videos, you're going to get an education that's second to none, priceless.
Can you do me a favor and hold it up? I'm actually going to put it on the ticker going across the banner here. So
absolutely.
Okay, let me just try to grab this very quickly. So we got XRP and then QFS, right? Is that right? And
correct.
Then, stream one.
No, team.
Team one.
Oh, team one. All right, thank you. All right, and
it's all together, no separations.
Okay, and then you got the second one there. It's good to have it because people are going to be popping in here, and so it's the same thing with the number 2 at the end. Right,
and then QFS1776.com. I would love to take credit for that, but the credit belongs to my wife. She came up with that name, and it is a brilliant name. It just sticks, you know.
You said QFS 1776, right?
.com, correct. Everything's there. We got the lobster there. We got the quantum financial system there. We got the Zims. We got the dinars. We got Jasara and Nasara. We have it all, like we like to say. You know, the 17th letter in the alphabet?
You betcha. All right, there it goes. I'm sorry about the I didn't do the
No worries.
in there. All right, so welcome. And so where do we want to start with you? You know what? I'll just say take it away, Mel. How's that?
Well, I got involved in the space years ago, and my story is pretty unique because I don't think anybody has. I'm the kind of guy that likes to go a little fast. I don't like slow. And I realized that, the world is changing. I've been following this for 30 years, and I kept hearing for 30 years, buy silver, buy silver, buy silver, buy gold, right? So one day I went to Miami, and I came home with literally a carry-on bag completely packed to the gills with all, little, what do you call it? The round little silver things, right?
Round.
The coins, right? And I bought 120 pounds worth. I put it up above the overhead carry, and I thought the overhead carry was going to break. It was so heavy, right? Seriously. So the guy that told me to buy it, he says, when you get to the airport, make sure you tell them that this is your coins collection. So, okay, no problem. So I get to the airport, sure enough, because if you say anything else, he goes, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. He says, this is your coins. That's all I said. I didn't volunteer any additional information. And sure enough, I went through like butter. And what's funny was that we had this stuff sitting in my house for, years, literally, and nothing was happening. It was like, okay, I bought it for $15.46 and was worth $15.92. I'm like, okay, this is like the slow boat to China, right? I'm going to get rich when I'm like 800 years old if I'm still here. So with that, then we started coming across, Bitcoin, and we got into Bitcoin. We got into a little bit Bitcoin mining. We accumulated 3 Bitcoins. We sold the 3 of them during the market, during the peak. And when my wife came at me, she says, look, because I was a Bitcoin guy, not like Bitcoin guy where I owned a lot of Bitcoin, but I want it down with the banks. I want it down with the man. I want it down with everybody. I want these institutions out of our life. So she said, look, if the banks get rich, you get rich. But when you start to understand that XRP, first of all, is 100,000 times more decentralized, no matter what anybody tells you, than Bitcoin. And I could send you 900 videos that prove that in simplistic terms all day long, right? And my wife said, look, if the banks get rich, you get rich. To me, that resonated. That made sense. So when you start to really look at the whole picture, you start to realize that XRP is not only the one, but it's the one that is going to take down the banking system. See, the banking system thought they were going to go build their own Ripple, their own XRP, and they fell miserably. And when they failed miserably, they got back into the good graces of who? Brad Garlinghouse. And they created what's called the CBDCs. The central bank digital currencies that applies to banks, in my opinion, they're going to fail miserably. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you have money, let's fast forward 2, 3, 4, 5 years into the future, and we are at maximum value of what XRP is supposed to be worth, and you're able to stake that money, which means you're able to show that you have the money, and that money is earning you interest, never leaves your wallet. You create what's called leverage, and all of a sudden you're earning 0.5%. When you got $100 million or not hundreds of millions of dollars, you don't need a high percentage of interest. A small percentage, 0.5%, which is 6% a year, is more than enough because you won't be able to spend the interest, right? So if I could use my interest to come and pay you ladies for dry cleaning services or screws or whatever, or pizza shop, sushi joint, whatever, why do I need the central bank digital currency? I don't need the central bank, and they know this. This is why the market is being manipulated. This is why the struggle, because right now, if everybody could sing Kumbaya and everybody's going to get their piece, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it definitely does.
That's the short and skinny version, by the way. We could be here for hours.
Yeah. And there's a lot going on right now with, in the news I saw today with Jeb, the co-founder.
Correct.
Do you know anything on that? Because I think it's fury.
See, a lot of people say, "Oh my God, Jeff." I got thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people reaching out to me every single day now, which is crazy. I can't even believe I'm even saying that at this point. But the reality is that he is under contract to sell. I'm going to say that again. He is obligated by contract to dump all of that money back into the market. Mm-hmm. It's not he's selling because XRP is going to zero. Far from it.
Right. And they're trying to make it, I mean, I guess the deep state or whatever, they're trying to insinuate that there's something else going on, I believe. I mean, I don't know, just out of the articles that I read, I was like, yeah, they're wanting to draw this narrative in one direction.
Oh, they are going to try to spin it any way, which way possible, so that they can shake people out of the one. And I say, you know what? If you want to piss in their cornflakes, buy some more. And hold. I'm not going to tell you to trade. I'm not a trader. I don't trade. I don't day trade. That's a fool's game. That's a 98%. I'm going to guarantee you guys here. You heard it here first. Okay. 98%. If you trade, you're going to lose your money. It's a proven statistic fact. Okay. Don't trade. Buy, hold, and wait long term. Take your wallets, and I got some wallets around here. Here we go. You put them here, okay? Down below our videos, usually you could buy these, okay, directly from the manufacturer, because there are fake websites out there. See, there's something out there called hackers. They heard about that there's a lot of money moving into the space. And they're going to try to steal your money. And billions of dollars have gone missing from this. So, oh yeah, Mel, you're selling those things because you're making, $4.22 so you could buy a half a sushi roll. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm going to retire on selling that crap, but not a shot in hell. But the reality is, your insurance policies, you're buying it directly from the manufacturer. That's it. You're going to pay the same money. You understand? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I have a hard wallet.
Absolutely. Best way to keep your money.
So, Mel, I'm going to ask you to do something here. I'm going to ask you to step back and just kind of talk to some people, if you will, that may not know who you are and what this is all about, and just kind of do a very high-level review, if you will, of what is XRP, and then we'll just take it into some more advanced questions in a little bit. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, XRP was created out of necessity, okay? If you go back to the beginning of time, 1988, because I like to tell the story, and this is mostly for your audience. My audience, I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. They should all start their own channel. That's what I want to do. I want to divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. That's all I want to do. And I'm not here to become the biggest grand poobah of the XRP army. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm educating people on how the whole thing evolved. In 1988, for example, what's his name? David Schwartz, a.k.a. Satoshi Nakamoto, and I'll get that in a minute. He patents blockchain technology. Only one problem. The internet is not exactly where it needs to be able to meet the demand of blockchain. Okay, so fast forward year 2000, he goes to work for who? DARPA. We're talking about potentially the most incredible programmer to ever step on Earth. Okay, he goes to work for DARPA. Fast forward to 2008, what happens? The housing bubble. After the housing bubble, what happens in 2009? Bitcoin is born at 0.0008. That means for a penny, you could buy 8 Bitcoins. For $1, okay, you do the math, okay? You could buy 800 Bitcoins for $1 back then. For $1, you could have gotten fabulously wealthy, okay? The day came off the shelf. But good luck with that, because it was very difficult to buy. But some people figured out how to buy it, and people did get fabulously wealthy. But Bitcoin's going to go away. So what happened in 2008, getting back, I sort of do it like Pulp Fiction. I go back and forth, okay? All right? 2008, the housing bubble. 2009, Bitcoin is born. Any correlation there? Is that a coincidence? There are no coincidences. Okay? They probably went to him, speculating on my part, and say, listen, son, your country needs you. The world needs you. We're a bunch of screw-ups by nature. We screwed up bad. We need the next monetary system. With that, Bitcoin was born. Bitcoin is slow. It's cumbersome. 2 transactions per minute doesn't cut it. The Lightning Network that they were supposed to create since 8 years ago is still not here. And I would be willing to bet a lot that it's never going to get here. Okay. It's like you're trying to take a Model T Ford, okay, and you're putting a dragster engine on it with 10 4-barrel Harley carburetors on it. You might get it to go 390 miles down the track, but because the body itself is not able to withstand the G-forces, there are going to be pieces of metal flying off that thing, if that can make any sense. It's never going to work. If you got Bitcoin, you need to sell it. That's not financial advice. That's my personal opinion, because that's what I did. Okay, so because Bitcoin is broken and it takes too long to go from point A to point B, my friend Brad Kimes, which I hope to interview you one day, buddy, he moved recently 1.5 Bitcoins Okay. And it took 4.5, 5 hours, and it cost him $4,500. And he had to wait 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours. I forget. It's in the video. He made 3 videos on this. So we know it doesn't work. So the Bitcoin people will never step in the ring with me because I know the questions to ask, and they're going to fold like a cheap suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that, who can go back and fix Bitcoin? David Schwartz. I give you Satoshi Nakamoto. David Schwartz.
Mel,
Yeah.
I got to interrupt you. We're kind of losing you here. I don't know if it's your internet. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but it's almost like it's a delay right now, and you're kind of getting blurry.
Okay. Maybe I'm talking too fast for the internet. That always happens.
Or the camera. Sometimes if you have the camera where it detects you,
Yeah.
Are you Italian by any chance?
I'm definitely. I was born in Sicily, but anyway, needless to say, the reality is, you have to understand. I live in Costa Rica, and even though we have the latest fiber optic technology, we got very nice people here, but we also have a lot of incompetent people that don't know how to exactly calibrate things. Right. So if I slow down, it's not because we have inadequate internet. We have inadequate people. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So that's how this whole thing evolved. And when you start to look at the movie, the movie that's the 17th letter in the alphabet, and you start to connect all the dots, and then all of a sudden another token is born, which is the Spark Flare token, which we're going to get an airdrop here with a little bit of luck in September. Hopefully happens in September on my birthday. That would be a nice birthday gift because we're expecting a lot of those things as well. And so why was Spark being backed by, Ripple? And what does Spark do? Spark, in my opinion, is going to take out, Ethereum. Ethereum, it's heavy on gas fees. Again, it's slow. It's cumbersome. It's old technology. Okay. XRP, you could build federated sidechains on it. You could build other tokens on it. You could build NFTs on it. It's already been tested to go from, what it is right now, 1,500 transactions per second, because we're not exactly unleashed to the world just yet. We don't need to, but it's already been tested and proven that we can go literally to 3.5 trillion transactions per second. And there's not one, but there's 2 videos out there that prove it. One I can give you right away. If you could go to YouTube and punch in XRP, trillions transactions per second, a video will pop up by none other than Working Money Channel. Watch it. Okay, there was a gentleman in there that he also depicts by the name of Hodor, which we suspect he's an inside guy with Ripple, who wrote some of the most impressive blogs. He also said the same thing. So technically there's 3 people saying the same thing. Okay, so 3.5 trillion transactions per second. It's extraterrestrial technology. It was given to us by the Galactics. And they're here because they're here to help fix planet Earth. What in the world was Brad Garlinghouse, Christine Lagarde, and David Schwartz, a.k.a. Satoshi Nakamoto, doing going to Antarctica? What the hell were they doing down there? Why them? Out of all people, why them? There's 15,900 tokens. Why those guys have a lawsuit? Maybe that's where you're supposed to be paying attention to? I don't know. Maybe the conspiracy theorist to me says yes. They would love for this whole thing to go away. The bankers and the politicians, their goose is cooked, and it's going to come out of the oven by default. It's inevitable at this point. And they know that they're never going to be able to finagle the bagel. Never again. The time has come where humanity gets their power back. You remember the speech with Donald Trump? We're giving the power back to you, the people. We're giving you Jassara Nasara.
Right. I'm going to just take a quick break here, and I want everyone to know if you have any questions from Mel. Are you open to taking questions from people?
Yeah. And if I don't have the answer, I will tell you I don't have the answer. I'm not a technical guy. I'm a guy that understands the movie on a theoretical level to the point where I'm almost dangerous. My wife is the technical person.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, please put a Q in the chat and I will grab those and put them off to the side. I'm seeing a couple of them already, but we're going to hold off and let Mel go through any of the information that he wants to give us, and then we'll hit the questions. Okay, so let's see here. I'll just throw it right back to you.
Sure.
Mel,
Yeah,
can you tell some of the people, because I've heard with digital assets that a lot of people don't trust it. But I know that Italy is thinking about transitioning that way. They just approved I think it was crypto something. Anyway, some type of company to come in there and basically gave them the green light. And then there's a couple of other countries down in South America too, I believe, that they basically use a digital asset as their currency, correct?
That's correct. There's San Salvador, which is an object failure with Bitcoin. There's a few countries like Argentina testing. I believe I can't think of the name of the token but it's not Bitcoin. And Argentina, I can't think off the top of my head which token it is. Maybe it will come to me throughout the discussion. Yes, there are, but you see, people, you have to understand, people are afraid of the unknown. When they come out with the automobile, the people that were in the horse and buggy business said, "What are you, crazy? You don't need an automobile. You got horse and buggies." Right? The automobile was a great success. It evolved, etc. Then, fast forward, we got to the internet. People say, "You don't need an internet. You got a pager. You got a letterhead, right? You got a telephone. You don't need it, right?" And what happened? Now today, nobody can do business without a website. Nobody. Okay? They're doing the same thing right now with the lobster. And they're going to do the same thing with digital currency. They're going to try to resist it. But this, even though I understand that one cannot exist without the other, this is by a factor of 1,000,000 to 1 more important than the internet. And it's coming. You better understand what it is. You better go to QFS1776.com. You better learn. We're not going to spoon feed it to you.
There you go.
You better dive in, because we're going to burn down the old system. And there's going to be nothing to go back to. Nothing. Yes, they might have some currencies around that are going to be paper, okay, for a little while. I suspect within 5, 6, 7, 8 years at the most, even that is going to go away.
There's a question on the screen here. What is your rough week for the RV to hit? So they're
oh my God! If I had the exact answer to that, I can have people lined up with money in hand, ready to give me $500 and say, "I'll give you a full refund. If I don't hit, I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Give me $500. I'm going to give you the exact date." You know how many times people say, "Oh, it's going to happen Tuesday at 2:00." Yeah. Don't hold your breath. There's a lot of misinformation out there that is deliberate to keep everybody dazed and confused, just like the Led Zeppelin song goes.
Yeah, definitely. So, Mel, can you explain what is the easiest way to purchase XRP and from who, and how do you protect it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. If you want to buy small amounts, you could buy it from Uphold. And the best advice I'm going to give you right now, listen very carefully, is to buy it with a debit card. Because if you buy with a debit card, there's no 65-day hold. You can take your money off the exchange immediately, put it onto your software wallet or your hardware wallet, which we suggest you do as quickly as possible, because we don't know what's coming down the pike. If you want to buy large amounts, like whether it's 10,000 or 10 million or $100 million worth, you come see a crazy guy like me that's got a crazy chair like this, and I'll get you as many XRPs as you want through my broker.
I'm sorry. I love the chair. I heard the story.
I know.
I heard how you.
I am the master troller of the trollers. So this is just to troll the trollers. It's got nothing to do with my ego.
Right. So what is the future value of XRP? This is a question coming from Arthur Ritchie.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to explain that in layman's terms. And if you guys got a calculator, I would pull it out this way. You could fact check me on the numbers. The old world had $5 quadrillion per year moving. That means government to government. That means corporation to corporation. That means remittances. That means everything. Real estate, derivatives market, everything. The new world that we're going into is going to be much more demanding. Why? Because you have all of the monies, first of all, is going to move. All of the heavy lifting will be done by XRP. XLM is going to help. XDC is going to help, but XRP is going to move all the heavy money. So you got 1.8 billion people that are unbanked that are going to get between $5,000 to $6,000 a month potentially through the XRP, through the Jasara and Nasara system. XRP is the bus that's going to drive Jasara and Nasara. Okay, so the new world, I'm estimating a factor of 10x. Okay, 10x going into the new world, which brings it up to 50 quadrillion. So if you take 50 quadrillion and you divide it by the remaining balance, okay, which has got to meet the liquidity pool. The liquidity pool is going to be 50 quadrillion. You take the remaining balance of what? 50 billion XRP that is being held by who? It's being held by Ripple. You divide that 50 billion into 50 quadrillion, voila, you get a number. That number is $100,000 per XRP. I didn't stutter when I said that. That's the one they don't want you to pay. Could there be a buyout? Yes. Could it be worth a lot more than that? As Captain Kyle says, yes. Captain Kyle says it could be 200, 250,000. I don't know. I'll take 10,000 and I'm not going to arm wrestle you. But if there's a buyout at 50,000, I'll take the 50,000 and I still will not arm wrestle you.
This is coming from I Prayed, and it says the question is, why would you need XRP? Is the RV will pay you $1 billion? I didn't know the RV was going to pay you $1 billion.
Well, technically speaking, I don't know if we'll ever see it, but technically speaking, when we all come out of our mothers, we are all worth a lot of money because we're being traded as a corporation. My friend Logan called me the other day. He goes, man, you're not going to believe this. I got 65,000 corporations trading me for the last, 72 years. He's pretty up there in age, right? So I said, you must be worth a lot of money. He said, yeah. He says, technically speaking, we're worth between 25 to 35,000 per corporation. So he gave me some crazy, big number. And that's true. Will we ever get to that? I don't know. That's probably wishful thinking, but it's true. We're all worth billions and quadrillions and trillions. But will we ever see that money? I don't know. I would have a hard time believing that, because then you know what? What's going to happen? How many humanitarian projects can one person manage? If we're all worth that, for example, nobody's going to want to go to work. You better have some artificial intelligence on steroids to take over, because Houston, we got a problem.
Right. Who's going to empty the trash?
Exactly.
Basic things. Right.
Yeah. Tell them we love them right back.
Yeah, definitely. So Allison Goodwin is asking me to let everyone know about Leanne. I didn't interview Leanne. It could be the other Tarot by Janine. A lot of people get us mixed up. So I don't have any information to share, Allison.
I don't know her last name. I never bothered to ask her, but I interviewed her interview was, well, we just had a discussion. I don't call it an interview, but we had a discussion day before yesterday. I think my wife just uploaded the video up to Rumble, which is the same. By the way, a Rumble is the same as without the one or the two. Okay. You can go there as well. And I think that video is already uploaded also on YouTube, which is fantastic. We all love Liana.
Okay. I guess I'll have to reach out and find her, Destin. That's another one we'll add to the show. Destin,
oh, absolutely.
Destin has been doing some educating some of our community people with a foreign currency, if you will, world foreign currency. Destin, I got it right.
I know. I'm proud of you. I was like,
do you have any questions for Mel?
No, and I mean, after I saw you on Arcana Shores, or saw Kristen with you or whatever, you did your thing with your website, and I went and checked it out. And I told Janine, I said, man, that is a wealth of information for anybody that doesn't know anything about digital assets, where to start, the history, anything. Like you said, you have it laid out, and it's 100% free, is what I told her. I said, it is phenomenal.
That's correct. That's correct.
It is phenomenal. I mean, it's definitely something that's needed out there. I know I saw earlier somebody said we need a class on how to set up a wallet.
Yeah.
We have two videos. We have two videos in our, I like to call it the actual Bible, or the Holy Grail. We have actually two videos on our website that everybody who has had practically no computer experience, computer illiterate, let's call them that, for a lack of a better term, literally have gone through these 2 6-minute videos, have whipped out their hardware wallets, followed the steps, pause, play, 5, 6, 7 steps, and you're done. And they all say it's so simple. Now, I'm so busy doing this stuff that I don't have time doing that stuff. So I got my wife handling all that stuff while I handle this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. There is somebody out there who follows you religiously. Her name is Dana Domino, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. And I just wanted to give her a shout out to her. She wanted to be on the show here with you. She has set up how many wallets? She's had friends set up 15 wallets. A lot of people are all wondering, how do we set up these wallets and what's entailed with it? And to me, as being an outsider and just learning about this, it sounds so complicated. But you've got the 2 videos that you just mentioned, Mel.
Yeah.
Okay. They could just go to which site?
Yeah, just go to QFS1776.com, go under tutorials, and voila, you got it. You're there.
Okay.
And you have lobster grandmas or something, don't you? Because
Lobster grandmas. We started a ruckus with that, boy, because we got all these people coming out of the woodwork calling us scammers. And I always make the same, I put the same information out there. I always put the warning out there. The lobster, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get, you're going to get killed. Okay. But we have people who are experts like, Quanda Brownie, and we got, Amy, Emily from QSI, and we got Whiplash. We got all these people who are experts, and they give you a list of all the ones, and they give you all the steps. And if you don't know how to do the steps, come to their live videos, and they'll train you on how to do it. I don't understand where these people come off in calling us scammers. So I said, you know what? If we bring a bunch of grandmothers, you can't call grandmothers scammers because they're going to smack you upside the head, right?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Forget about it.
That's right.
Straighten out over here.
I love you too, Mel. I know. I get it. My grandmother was Sicilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually saw Nino. I think you're going on to Nino Rodriguez's show real soon, and he came out and said, if you guys stop calling him a scammer, I'm not even going to bring him on. And he says, I don't know where anybody gets this, but you know what? When you're over the target, you are the target, right?
Well, you know what? They're helping me grow in leaps and bounds. So whatever you guys are doing out there, I applaud you. One day, some of you may have the cojones to come and apologize, but I don't believe you will. If you will, I will accept your apology. But right now, it is what it is. We're obviously going against the grain. We're the salmon that's swimming upstream, and it is what it is. I'm going to keep swimming upstream. I've been swimming upstream all my life. I'm not about to change for nobody.
Yeah.
Right. I think, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mel, but like you said, because Dana and I, the one that Janine mentioned, Domino, she's a really good girlfriend of mine. And that's exactly what she found, was that someone helped her get started in it. And then there was all this crazy stuff on there that was like, I don't know. I only do what Dana tells me to do in lobster because I don't understand it that well. But
exactly. So exactly, I'm glad you brought up that point, because in reality, if me and you were in a war, right, and I got to the other side of the minefield without blowing up, and I say, follow my footsteps, are you going to try to find your own path? Or I didn't blow up, I'm fine, all my legs, all my limbs, everything's intact. You're following the footsteps. You're like a copy machine. You're not here to think. We already thunk for you. If that is even a word.
It is now.
Yeah, but that's exactly what she was saying. Now that I've figured out all the bad stuff and the whatever, and she gets her list from Whiplash too. This is what we're doing. And then she's turned other people onto it who have really had more time to dive into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think that's where the whole confusion comes in, and scamming and this, because not that you are by any means, but lobster, if you don't know it, like what you were saying, you got to know what you're doing.
Exactly. And the lobster was created because I'm sure your audience doesn't know. My audience, like I said, everyone in my audience, there's people in my audience that are a lot smarter than me. Believe me. They might not have the big chair, they might not have the big head, but they're a lot smarter than me. Believe me. And the reality is that, my people have a 10th degree black belt on this stuff. They really do, because they've been listening to me ad nauseum forever. Blah blah blah. I sing the same song with the different words. Maybe I put a little bit of flair, but it's the same song. Because why? Because 0.00001 of the world's population is here. 160 million people worldwide were invested with digital assets. The rest of them aren't here yet. Correct?
Right.
So,
right.
So, I'm going to say the same things over and over again, but it's like, this whole thing is going to take a time for it to evolve and for people to come around, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come up with the next best thing, which I don't believe we will, I think this is it. After this monetary change, after this, biggest transfer of wealth happens and it's all over with, I think it's over. I think 20, 30 years from now, like I like to say, there's not going to be any more money.
Right.
There's not going to be any more money. Okay?
Right.
Because technology is moving so fast that it can give you anything you want. If you got technology that can give you anything you want, and you could travel with no pollution, leaving no carbon footprint, you could be from Miami to Manila in 2.2 seconds or 2.2 minutes, or maybe 2.2 hours if you want to take the scenic route. Okay? You're not going to need the money. You're not going to miss the money. Money is going to become a thing of the past. And you know what? 20 years from now, people are going to start to see that writing on a wall. And if I'm still around, which I will be, I promise, okay, they're going to say, Mel, you're right again. And that's not that I want to be right. It's just that I have a peripheral vision of being able to see the future. I've been at this for 30 years. I'm not a newbie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you have way too much confidence and personality to be just coming out and doing this. Anybody has any questions, please put a Q in front of it, and I will put it on the screen, and I will read it to Mel so we can answer any of your questions. It just seems like the majority of the question is, how do I set up a wallet? So, that seems to be, let's see what else.
Can I get Mel to explain something real quick? Because like I was saying with Dana and the lobster, I started with Coinbase. And I think a lot, and I know you got to move all of it, but there's Binance, there's all kinds of things. And I don't think people if they're dealing with digital assets, they get it. But if they're not dealing with digital assets, like I had Bitcoin, that's the first thing I bought and forgot I even bought the flipping, I just totally forgot about it. My brother told me to do it, so I did it. But, and then I started with Coinbase after that, and I just kind of looked and listened and what have you. But I think people get completely confused about what the terminology is as far as the wallet goes or the different sites go and where you can purchase it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I want to go somewhere, but I want to use very delicate words because the last thing I want to do is get you shut down or get anybody in trouble. Do you remember when Donald Trump, and this is where the lobster was born. Do you remember when Donald Trump traveled around the world, the bonfire guy videos? I'm sure some of your listeners might know what that is. If you don't, you'll understand this, that when you watch this, the lobster you're going to see lobster claws everywhere. Okay. You'll see flashing lobster claws everywhere because he put down all those files on the table, basically say, hey, we got you by the round. We got you by the cojones. Okay. We got irrefutable, irrevocable evidence what you did down under that ground over there. Without mentioning, you guys could fill in the dots. Okay. Because I don't want to get her shut down. Okay. We got you by the balls. Sell all your shit.
Yes.
Do it now. No questions asked. These people have already been dealt with. I just saw a video.
Come on, get going, right?
Yeah. These people have already been dealt with. I saw a video this morning that I got chills. I sent it immediately to Susanna. I said, Susanna, make sure that Nino Rodriguez gets this video. Because even though he's somewhat awake, he's still, he's having trouble wrapping his mind around certain things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
People do in reference to that. This is when you say this is a movie, right? They don't understand what this is. The movie is, and actually, I'm not exaggerating on that because they say, well, if it's already been done, why are people still getting hurt and stuff like that? We still have to go through the process. We still have to learn the lessons. We still have to go through this level of consciousness so that you get it. Everybody gets it, and otherwise, they could have just. Done what they wanted to do without having the movie, and we would even be sleeping even more so. That's my theory.
Yeah. By the way, how's my sound? How's my video? Is that okay? I just had,
You
yeah.
just seem a little bit blurry from time to time, and I just think it's when you kind of move a little
I
bit.
think it's got something to do with something. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Eventually, we're going to get better at it. Maybe I got to have Amber call the local internet company, which is the government. You want to talk about socialism, all right? Tell them to put a few more hamsters on the Taco Bell wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Let's take another question on the screen here. It says, this is from Lee Deanna off of Facebook. It said, should we invest in silver coins?
absolutely. Yeah, I like silver. I think silver at some point, because it's underrated, because if you go to the usdebtclock.org, you'll know what the true value. They tell you right to your face. They say, hey, that's all right. We're screwing you. Get used to it. Not for long. NFL, not for long. Yeah.
I'm actually going to go to the U.S. Debt Clock. When you see me look away, I'm actually doing something on the net, on the internet here, because I like to bring this stuff up and show people exactly what you're talking about. And this is a really cool visual, if you will. We're just going to take 1 second here and show this.
I diversify, Leanne, or LaDane Deanna.
Lee Deanna.
Yeah.
It's like two names in one. Two. So this is the USDebtClock.org. Is this the one?
In the left hand, in the right hand corner, right hand side, the last column, scroll about halfway down. You'll see gold to dollar ratio. I know this website by memory. No, you got it. It's up there in those boxes, about in the middle of those boxes somewhere.
Right
One's
here.
dollar to gold and one is dollar to silver.
Oh, yeah. Dollar to silver, the ratio is 1,543 per ounce.
Yeah.
And then the dollar to gold ratio now is 11,373 per ounce.
And I've seen it as high as $48,000 for gold, and I've seen it as high as $22,000 for silver. Okay? But that is the real number right now. That's what your silver is worth right now. So if you got silver, you should be rejoicing, because when this whole storm blows over and the Jasara Nasara, the 17th letter in the alphabet, takes over, which is very, very real, okay? If you come into my movie theater and your pineal gland is clean and you're willing to spend 17 hours a day with me, I will show you the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, I've been buying silver due to Destin and her husband, Chris, who's just stacks it all day long is the term I think to use. And thankfully for them, it was dropping. So I'm not sure where it's at right now, but it was under $18, I believe.
Yeah, but the price they're showing right now on the debt clock is the actual real price of the value.
Okay. So there you guys go. So just go to USDebtClocks.org and check it out. All right.
By the way, the Bonfire Guy videos are also in our manual. By the way, David Straight's videos are also in our manual. When I say we have the most comprehensive education package that we ever put together, we have sort of boiled down and condensed into something that's fabulous. It's there. The only thing you have to do is actually, go and apply yourself.
Okay. I just made you center of attention here, and I'm going to bring you back to us here. Let's see. All right. So I took that clock off of there. Anybody has any questions? Come on, you guys. This is your chance. You're here with Mel now. Let's get these questions rolling.
How many people we got watching?
Right now, I got almost 500 people on here watching, and I had to drop Rumble because it's all about a timing thing. That's what I was saying earlier. So it's either Rumble or Facebook. If you don't hit it at that time, it says bye-bye. But I will take this as it's recorded and move it over to all the other platforms that I have.
Don't forget to send the copy with WeTransfer to my wife. This way we can upload it as well.
You bet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Some of these questions are funny out here. All right, ArcLight. I should pre-read this. What do you think of all the credit card companies? Will they completely go away?
Either that or they'll morphosize into something else, like the butterfly.
And I could see that. Actually, I could see that because there's going to be other roles, right? There's going to be other things within this that changes. It's not. We don't know. It's kind of hard because this is going to be new territory. There's no point of reference for all of this stuff. As we start moving forward, there's going to be a lot of new things evolving from it.
Yeah. See, if I could take the chip that's in my brain that's been conditioned over 7 years, if you want to include a few of the scams. See, when you get involved with I don't even want to give these companies any notoriety, even though they're not in existence anymore. I got involved with a couple of network marketing, mining operation things that just literally went away, and they took everybody's money and disappeared to Brazil, etc. But it was a learning experience. I learned from that experience. I'm never going to do that again. Okay. And not the one called BitConnect either. That one was the worst ever. I never got involved with that one. But anyway, needless to say, so if I could take my chip and mass produce it and put it in everybody's brain, tomorrow we would have Jasara and Nasara waiting for you at your doorstep 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll be over. So the quicker you guys wake up and the quicker you help beat the drum, boom, 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 just keep going. Okay, the quicker we get there. If you understand that, you jump directly into my website and start learning today.
I'm telling you guys, this is the best thing that you could do. Is that he's giving you all the information. It's just like anything that we talk about. You go do your own research. There'll be questions. Is there a way that they could get some of these questions answered? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is there?
There's our Telegram group that we also leave below. QSI, which deals with lobster. Our Telegram group, which deals with the quantum financial system. You go inside our group. We got between all the three channels, we have over 28,000 people following us. And mostly are wonderful people, patriots with a lot of knowledge, and they'll take you by the hand. It's a free service. So if somebody doesn't get back to you for 2 hours, do not blow a gasket. Relax. Take a chill pill. Somebody will get to you. Somebody will walk you by the hand and show you the steps. If somebody contacts you and says, "My name is Mel Carmine, welcome," that's a scammer. Block them immediately. I don't private message anybody. Okay.
They've got some questions. The QFS1776.com. Is that your website? I think they're, and we're showing three things down here on the banner. I think they want, some people are just jumping in here, Mel. So they weren't here in the beginning. So if you want to repeat that, hold up your sign. You're more than welcome to it.
Sure,
If you guys are on a computer or device, screen shoot this.
Yeah, you guys can pause that video, and there it is right there. The number 1 at the top is in jail. The number 2 is not in jail. And the one on the bottom is our website.
Okay. All right, there you guys go. You've got clarification on here. If any of you have any questions, just put a Q in front. It was a question mark or the letter Q. It's up to you. But this is your chance to talk to Mel.
I have $11,000 worth of dinar. Oh my God, 11,000. How many dinars do you have? That's what I want to know. How many? You have like 900 quadrillion dinars.
That's a lot. Is that Brian Bailey? Or why are you hitting the dinars? Right. So is that a lot, you guys? I don't know. Destin?
Nobody knows. I got somebody gifted me, I think 10 trillion or 100 trillion dinars. I don't know. I'm not a greedy guy. I'll take a half a penny times 100 trillion every day of the week and twice on Sunday. But some people are saying, it's going to be worth 2 to 1. Okay, whatever. Yeah, come on. You got to think with your feet on the ground. I like to think with my feet on terra firma. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hold on to it, Mel. Hold on to it.
Oh, I am. It was gifted to us by the super rock star that's going to become a super rock star. My friend Gila Jed, who's a dentist over in Massapequa, Long Island.
Yeah. Nobody knows the rate or the date. I'd say that, but the dinar, when it goes back to revalue, you can look at. I mean, there's a lot of places out there you can follow what's going on. If you have a you can get
the best advice I can give everybody. We offer incredible business opportunities, like a couple, like you could count on a couple of fingers. Okay, usually down below our videos, and you go. We got a healing device right now that is absolutely one of the best things ever. Go make money. Stay in positive cash flow. Don't worry about it's going to happen on Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the morning. Forget about it. Don't worry about that stuff.
I love it. I can't remember who you sound like. Forget about it. Which actor that says that? But
Joey on Friends, right?
Donnie Brasco.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. Can I tell a funny story?
Sure. Let me just point it out to everyone. This is on Telegram. There, I think that's what some of them are getting confused. It's XRP, QFS, Stream 1, and Stream 2. It's on Telegram, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. I used to have pizza shops, and because of my Sicilian heritage, I always attract gangsters to me for some reason. And I got friendly with one of the guys that used to hang out in my pizza shop. Won't mention his name. And one day he says, Mel, he goes, Donnie Brasco, the movie's out because I bought tickets for tonight's 8:30 show because you're coming with me. So I said, okay, I'll go. So him and I used to always argue about Cadillac. For real. He used to drive Cadillacs. I used to drive Lincolns. And we used to always argue Lincolns are better than Cadillacs. Cadillacs are better than Lincolns. We go watch the movie, and the movie opens up with Lincolns are better than Cadillacs. Cadillacs are better than Lincolns. I shit you not. And you can't make this stuff up. I looked at him. I says, does Scorsese have spies in my pizza shop? Maybe somebody owes me some money for this shit, because that was my dialogue.
Yeah. Okay. I got my dog bothering me. Go lay down. Okay. So there's a question here from Lion Bank. It says, can you talk about how XRP was not meant for the public to get their hands on? If you haven't already, just got here, part of the plan.
It wasn't meant to see what happened was the short story. And this is again, speculation on my part. I could be dead wrong, but I'm usually not, guys. I'm not to brag or not to give myself a big head. It can't be bigger than what it is anyway. So forget about it. Leave it alone. What I'm trying to tell you is that it wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant for us because, originally Ripple did go to the banks, and the banks poo-pooed it, said, get away, get with that digital stuff, okay? And when they realized that it was too late, and so because of that, they had to, bring in the money to grow a company, which they did. Not that we're security, because we're not, okay? And not to get off track, Ethereum is the security. But anyway, long story short, because they refused it, we were able to get our little dirty paws around it. And some of us know what it is. We're like bull mastiffs with rabies with a bone in our mouth, and we're not allowed to let go anytime soon. So they're going to have to buy us out. Make us a generous offer, guys.
Yeah. Another question from Rachel. How you doing on these questions, Mel? You doing okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so I always ask that. So when everything blows over, will we sell the physical silver for rainbow dollars?
Well, the next dollars that are coming, supposedly, I've seen pictures of, the stuff on the internet. But I always say, if there's any bank tellers out there without getting in trouble and you stumble across a few pallets of this stuff, would you please kindly take a video of it and send it our way? Okay, so because we want to verify the stuff real, right? Because anybody with a little bit of, talent on the internet could design this stuff, and voila, you got rainbow currency. So I don't know that the design that's on the internet is the real thing, but the reality is, the dollar, let's say the rainbow currency is a real deal. It's going to be backed by dollars. It's going to be backed by gold. Okay, and because it's going to be backed by gold, you'll be safe. But I think, I would rather keep my money in digital assets because I have, the ability to stake, which is basically nothing. It's a fancy word for like when you used to go to the bank years ago and say, hey, park your money with us for 18 months. We're going to give you 7.5% interest, right? Right? It's the same thing. And but except it's a little maybe different rules because it never leaves your wallet, et cetera, and you create the leverage. But other than that, we are going to become our own banks.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, not to digress, but I'm going to add something else to that. I believe XRP and I believe XLM and I believe XDC are going to be used to tokenize a lot of this stuff. In other words, they're going to take whatever amount of gold they're going to allocate, because we have an infinity. We have quintillions and quintillions of tons of this stuff. It's been going on for ages and ages, thousands of years. So whatever allocation of gold they're going to allocate to XRP, and however much silver they're going to allocate to XLM and copper to XDC and so on, they're going to use the digital assets to back the actual physical content. You ever hear of tokenization? You see, they can no longer finagle the bagel. They can no longer steal, because you cannot rob the blockchain. And the most robust blockchain in the world is which one? The XRPL, the ledger. Nothing comes close.
Yeah, there seems to be quite a few questions out here, and I think you just clearly explained it with what is the digital money, what is the rainbow, and this one here. If you can add any value more to this, I heard about the rainbow currency and it's physical money, but some people say money is going to be all digital, so I'm a little bit confused.
Yes, and I answered that earlier. I said if there's going to be any kind of physical, which I believe there will be, because we have to wait for, some of us older people to go extinct. Not that I put myself in the class of older, but I'm getting up there in age. But the reality is, yes, there might be some kind of paper money around. I mean, the Zims and the dinars are already paper, but I believe that people are going to have the option to digitize those as well, because it's the safest way to keep it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to go away.
Okay. Oops, sorry about that.
Sure.
She's had to step out for a minute. Okay, so let's just see here. So this one here is coming from Nikki W. It says, "Is the lobster app? Is there an app? I think she's asking about, is there an app for the lobster?"
The lobster app, I'm not sure. I think it's the lobster itself is the app.
Okay.
I'm not an expert on lobster. I do know a lot in the theoretical standpoint. From a practice standpoint, guys, I don't make excuses. I'm real busy. I mean, I'm on podcast to podcast, and all of a sudden, not only you, not to brag, but I got people that want me on their show all over the internet. It's like, and I hate to say no to people. And so I haven't really had a chance to sit down and learn this stuff. I learn whatever I hear from my wife, and I know it from a theoretical standpoint. From a practical standpoint, I'm practically a zero when it comes to this stuff. I know that at some point I gotta have to sit down and learn it myself, because we're in this game. This is the game that's here. It's not like I don't have a choice, just like none of you have a choice.
Well, I've got a good friend, and her name is Dana DeMio. And if you want, I could, you can have her on. I can have both of you on the show, and she knows those lobster wallets quite well. I don't know anything about it, and
my wife knows her quite well. Jilla Jed knows her quite well. Amy Seaver, who's a friend of mine now, she knows her quite well. We got Bond Crypt. These are all new, very elementary coaches when it comes to the lobster. And they're all in our room. They all hang out in our Telegram group. So we got quite a few people in there that are willing to help.
That's a great point. I don't know why I didn't think that when I showed your Telegram channel. So you guys go over to Telegram. All you've got to do is sign up for it. As you see, it's all floating across here at the bottom. Join those groups, and everybody will be. Yeah,
when they go to QFS1776.com, in the top right-hand corner, we have a bunch of, what do you call those things? Icons, whatever.
Yeah.
You click on the one that looks like Telegram, it'll take you to our Telegram. You click the one that looks like YouTube, it takes us to our, the YouTube. They're all there, right at the top right-hand side.
Let's see here. This is kind of a good question, because Jilly Bones is saying, "I'm ready to invest in some silver and maybe gold. I listen to so many truthers out there who recommend certain companies to buy from." She says, "I'm not sure who to use." And this is actually a great question. Just because somebody says, I said that, I bought from, blah, 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 bullion, if you will, doesn't mean that that's the best for everybody. How does somebody, this sounds so funny, but we've always been talking about the dollar for so many years, right? Generation after generation. Now we start talking about precious metals. How does one start with researching these companies? To who to buy from?
There's a few places out there that are legitimate. I'm not going to give anybody any specific kudos, but there are a few. Ampex is one of them that comes off the top of my head, and I'm giving you that. I don't even have an affiliate code where I make $3 off of your purchase, but Ampex comes to mind. Noble Gold comes to mind. Very, very reputable. I think Nino Rodriguez, if you go to his channel, Nino, I'm going to make you $5. So Noble Gold is another one. There's a few legitimate places but always get the physical delivery of the gold and silver. Do not let them finagle you. Do not let them say, "Oh yeah, we're going to send you a piece of paper that says you own this much gold." Don't do that. That's a scam.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what Destin and her husband, who Chris, has actually done a show and showed all the different type of silver and everything that he has. It's unbelievable. He says, get that physical thing. Don't, you get the certificate with some of them, but don't just get a piece of paper saying that you own it because it's worthless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a scam.
So let's see here. I've got one more question, and that's coming from a Facebook fan. Dwight is asking, when or approximately will the stock markets finally crash? You got to get your little crystal ball out there.
Yeah, well, the market has been crashing like nonstop. People say, when are they going to hit the switch? It's not just one switch, it's multiple switches. Okay, I'll give you a classic example. Okay, there have been people in the United States. People have called me physically. He said, Mel, my two friends just got their house mortgage forgiven. The only problem is they don't want to come on camera. So what do I do with that? Nothing. Okay, I got people in the UK that just received their Q phones that come from a very reputable source, a guy that I interviewed several times on my podcasts, right? I got people in my chat room. Showing documentation saying I don't have a student loan anymore, I don't have a car loan anymore, with physical proof that they don't have it anymore. So they're test marking this stuff. Don't ask me how they do it, what their method to their madness is. I don't know. But the only thing I do know is that it's happening very slow, and I don't know what the methodology of how they select who gets it and who doesn't get it is. I mean, Nino was like, hey, can you hook me up? He's like, I said, bro, hold your horses. It's probably the United States. They're just doing some tests with some people, but I believe the United States will be the last shoe to drop. I know that it's being rolled out in Russia because Russia is kicking ass right now. You know why? Because their money all of a sudden is backed by what? Gold. Yeah, and there are more people that are getting debt forgiveness in Russia than anywhere else in the world. So maybe you think that Jasara and Asara has already started to being rolled out? I believe so. Do I believe that in 6 months, 8 months, a year, it will pick up speed? Yes. Do I believe it could take as far as 2025 for the airplane to get off the 2,000-mile runway? Yes.
All right. Destin, any questions before I move back to Jilly Bones? Jilly Bones is throwing out the questions for Mel today.
No, but I will make a comment on his website. He mentioned that he's got David Straight's videos on there. You guys go watch those too. That is a must. He is phenomenal.
She froze.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if it's my internet or not, but you did freeze, Destin. Are you still there? Can you blink?
Oh, I think we are all ready for Starlink.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody already asked me to look into that, and probably I hope it comes here. So one other question from Jilly Bones, and then Jilly Bones, we've done a couple of them from you. We'll move on to somebody else. What about rolling over? This is a good question. An IRA to gold and silver IRA.
Yes, there are some places that you could do that as well, and I can't think of the names off the top of my head. Yeah, there are. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give some business to digital asset investor. See, I'm just throwing money around today, guys, because I'm not fully set up to take your money. But the digital asset investor has a place where you could do that. So, digital asset investor, just throw your bone, buddy.
This is a question I hear all the time, and I don't know where this came from, but I'm always wondering if somebody says, well, when you retire, you're going to get $5,000. If you're disabled, you get $5,000 a month. I don't know where that actually came from, but it's spread like wildfire.
Yeah, well, if you go into our website, there's 3 websites in one. Inside our website, there's 2 more websites that we link to. One happens to be qsiresources.com, which is Emily, who works with Whiplash. And then the other one is QFS2020.com, which if you want to have a 10th degree on a black belt on Jasara and Asara, dive in, baby, because it's all there. Everything is there.
Okay. I think we lost him.
Yeah. 5,000. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5,000 a month, 6,000 a month is what is the UBI that's coming, between 5,000 to 6,000 a month. The flat tax that's coming, is going to be between 14 to 17%. They haven't decided exact number yet. And you're going to pay taxes on things you want, things that are not necessities. Things that are necessities, you will pay 0 taxes. And I will tell you, and I've said this a million times, and I got to keep saying this a million times, guys. And I apologize to the guys that know this stuff, but there's still, billions of people that haven't come over yet. Okay, we hope we get a tsunami soon, so we get this information to get this party started. But the reality is, right now, there's 7,200 multi-billionaires. That's the number. That if you go on Google and fact check me, there might be maybe two more since I've checked last. Okay, but there's 7,200 multi-billionaires, and most of them hide behind tax shelters called 501c3s, and they pay little to zero taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't do nothing for humanity. They have mega yachts. Some of them have a collection of yachts. Okay, some of them have a collection of airplanes, and they're not going to give you any money anytime soon. Okay, and so this whole system is being rolled out because I believe there's going to be as many as 100 million. I could be short of that, or it could be much more than that. 100 million new multi-billionaires that they're going to have so much more money than the 7,200 that they have no choice but to have multiple humanitarian projects. Humanitarian projects could be you want to fix the sea. Okay, you want to regrow the coral. You want to help the horses. You want to help the cats. You want to help the dogs. You want to help people that are on drugs. You want to help homeless people. There are going to be hundreds of thousands of humanitarian projects that the people that are getting the $6,000 a month UBI, let's just say 6,000 for a lack of a better number, they're going to physically have to go punch a clock and manage some of those humanitarian projects for us because artificial intelligence is not exactly where it needs to be just yet. So you're going to be doing something for that 6,000 a month, but you might only be working maybe 20 hours a week instead of 40 hours a week. And the money is going to be worth a lot more. Why? Because we're going prices, they say, as low as 1950. I say 1970. I'm happy with a 30-cent gallon of gas until gasoline disappears because part of Jassara Nassara is what? Free energy technology, correct? So all of this stuff is coming. So the fact is that, all of the information, we have it available for you right now. You just got to dive in.
Yeah. And somebody's asking about the Dinar, Dong, and Zim, and if the ones on Amazon, are they real to buy? I've bought from all kinds of places, but I wouldn't.
That's a very hard question to answer. Number one. Number two, I believe that there are some places that are real. I don't have sources for that. I hope my wife puts some links to some real sources directly on our website. But the fact is that I was told, don't hold my feet to the fire on this, please. I was told that there is so much abundance that even people that come forward with a fake dinar, they're going to actually honor the fake dinars and the fake Zims and the fake whatever. I don't know that to be true. I know someone's going to take this part of the video, they're going to turn it into a word salad and say, see, I told you he's a scammer.
Yeah. It's just like, those are the ones that have lack of information that say that's how I look at it. They don't have enough information to make a conscious decision or a choice or understanding of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to take one more question. And how are you doing, Mel? I'm not sure how much time that you have.
I got all the time in the world. You can make it into two parts. Part one, part two. We can leave them on a cliffhanger and keep going another hour if you want.
Okay, let's see here. Let me just see. Anybody else have a question out there? Please put a Q or a flag, and I'm going to go up and see if I have any of them that I didn't hit here. It looks like I've got most of these. This one here, I got them all. So you guys put some questions out there for Mel. This is your chance and your opportunity. You've been wondering. Let's see. We've got
I think
Michael,
it's her internet.
Michael, Maria. Maria is asking, where can I buy tangible silver? We kind of discussed that already, but Mel, if you want to see past, just
Ampex or Noble Gold. If you don't know Noble Gold, go to Nino Rodriguez and tell him Mel sent you.
He's going to love that. And Mel, why don't you hook me up with, because I've been trying to get him on the show and he won't come on.
Yeah, my producer, she knows everybody. She can hook you up with the Pope probably too.
No, I don't want to get.
No, I know, but
I'll pass on that one. All right,
Yeah.
let's see here. What else we have? Any other questions, you guys? Going once, going twice. Let me go back down to the bottom. I'm not seeing anything here. Apparently, you guys are all wise enough to purchase the stuff without any help. Is that right? Let's see here.
So to do the digital assets, I mean, just to reiterate what Mel had said, is go back and go to his website, right? And then which is QFS1776.com, and then follow the videos from top to bottom.
Yes. If you know nothing, if you know nothing about digital assets, zero. Don't get discouraged, because when you see the simplicity of the videos that we put together, starting with the first video at the top that talks about XRP was designed for $10,000 or above, and it actually based on old world, it plateaued it off at 11,400. Watch that video. That video has gotten like 400,000 hits so far. And that video is so well produced that the average person that knows nothing, absolutely nothing about XRP, I guarantee you one thing. Once you get done with that, I think it's like 15, 20-minute video, something like that. It's very short. You're going to have an aha moment. You're going to get it. It's not that difficult to understand.
I thought we already asked this one. What does paper to silver ratio mean compared to the dollar to silver ratio? Please explain.
Yeah, go to the debtclock.org, and it's right there in the right-hand column about halfway through. It will tell you exactly what the real price of silver and gold is. But thank you, Helen.
Some of you are jumping on here. We've already been on here for an hour, and some of these your questions have already been answered. You're going to have to go back and watch the replay here. Someone also wants to know, where do I get an XRP T-shirt?
You can get right on our website if you want to thank us for. That's one of our T-shirts, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that, but
yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Freedom something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of stuff on there. Freedom, Jassara Nassara. It's got Trump. It's got everything. You know, getting back, I want to tell your audience something that is really interesting. If you go watch the Flair commercial, it's a 3-minute commercial. We froze all the frames because it goes real fast, right? You got to ask yourself, what is the word Trump doing inside that commercial? What is the 17th letter in the alphabet doing inside that commercial? Is it possible that the same people who took that boat, because I think it's the same programmers. These guys are programmers on steroids times 1,000. Okay, the same guys who took that boat in the Suez Canal and drew a penis with it and then beached the son of a bitch. Okay, remember that scene? Those guys, I think those are the same guys that are in. Why would they put Trump and the 17th letter if those are not the same guys?
Yeah.
Imagine having that kind of power.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine Janine having the kind of power, taking somebody's ship, and the people that are on the boat with all the levers and switches and everything are powerless. And someone takes your boat and draws a penis with it and then beaches your ass.
And then leaves it there forever. But did they find any children on that boat by any chance?
Supposedly that's what they're saying, but be careful with that word here because they're listening. They're listening to us.
They are. I can tell that they are. This is. I can tell what's happening with this channel right now. So we're going to be really cautious here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm just trying to see. There's really no other questions that I am seeing. I have to jump out only because I have 4 dogs and they all want to go in and out. So I apologize when I jump out of here for a second.
No worries.
And I look like I've got ants in my pants because I got ate up by wasp, and I am itching from head to toe. So I have tried everything.
Michael wants to know about Ron Giles of Love One Society. Are you familiar with that?
Ron Giles, the website we have, even though I won't mention the name of the person who actually wrote the website because I'm not allowed to, and I've been sworn to secrecy. Okay, Ron Giles' website lives in our website. It's QFS2020.com. It is very accurate. It is very accurate. Jassara Nassara stuff. I'm telling you, if you don't feel like reading, highlight it, have your computer read it to you. Okay, it will be like an audiobook. You want to listen and you want to read this, or you want to have your computer read it to you over and over and over again until you understand what this is. You know, what's his name? Liberty Nation, Warrior Liberty Nation. Yesterday, I was on his show. You know who that is, Mike?
No, I don't. But that doesn't mean anything.
Liberty Warrior Nation. I forget the name of the actual show. Damn it! All these names and
I'll look it up.
Anyway, I was on his show yesterday, and about 2 months ago, I was on his show, and he was saying, Mel, I don't believe this Jassara Nassara thing is ever going to happen. He calls me, right? He calls my producer. He said, I think Mel's right. Jassara Nassara is going to happen. And I'm on his show, right? So he couldn't wrap his mind around the extraterrestrial stuff. And I said, look, the extraterrestrials, some of them might be fallen angels. I'm not here to bash anybody's religion. I'm not here to ruffle any feathers. But I said, some of them are real people with real planets, with real food, with real flying saucers, with real cultures, with real oceans and rivers and mountains. And they come from other solar systems. And they're real people. And I said, in about 2 months, I said, you're going to be calling my producer again and say, I need to speak with Mel. I think he's right. The extraterrestrials are real. Watch, that's going to happen. Maybe 3 months, it might be off by a month, but that's going to happen.
It always amazes me, Mel, the people that are aware of kind of what's going on in certain areas, how they just shut down on other things, but then they come back around.
Yeah, I love Mike. Yeah, Liberty Warrior Nation, I think it's called.
Oh, is that what it is? I couldn't find it. Liberty Warrior Nations.
Let's see if I could find it here, and I'll have Amber shoot you also the actual
Liberty War Nations. Yeah, I'm getting something on that. Oh, I know. See, now I recognize the face. I think, let me see.
You know him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That video's got probably close to 10,000 hits by now. The video we did with the gold bricks. It's called Trump Zara.
And this is not him? This is just a website. Oops, probably not. Okay, let me just stop sharing that. You got to have
9,169 hits, and that was shot less than 24 hours ago.
Oh, was that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's called Let's Talk 17-6-19 QFS in parentheses.
Can you make it any longer?
Let's talk to what?
Okay, I think I've got it here.
Yeah.
All right. So is anybody else here?
That's a great video. That was a great interview. It picks up speed about 1/3 of the way in, and it really accelerates from there.
Okay. Oh, I see conflict. I'm not going to go there. There's too many other shows with that's close to that in name. But anyways, I think we've got the gist of it. You guys are getting a lot of information. Please go back and watch this again. Take notes. Stop the video and write things down as we go through it. Let's see here. I'm not seeing what else is going on. While
you fetch for the next question, I want to tell your audience something. And I want to tell you, and I tell this on every podcast, because when I speak to your audience, I'm speaking to your audience, and they don't know me from Adam. They're probably getting to know me for the very first time. And I want to let them know the reason why Donald Trump is so cool as a cucumber. He's the coolest cat. He's playing everybody like a fiddle. He's not playing 3D chess. He's playing 17D chess. Okay? He is incredible, beyond incredible. There's no words to describe the Don. Okay? Donald is a piece of work, let me tell you. He knows if you are occupying the United States of America or Poland or Italy or any country illegally, when they finally roll out Jassara Nassara, the final thing, you cannot collect your UBI, your universal basic income, if you're occupying that country illegally. That's why he's so cool, because he knows there's going to be a mass exodus of the United States and all illegally up, because you can't go and say, oh, hey, I'm here illegally. Give me my UBI. How about screw you, pal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not going to get your UBI. Got to go back to your country of origin. You want to come back? You got to come back the right way. What do you bring to the table? That's why he's so cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does. It makes a lot of sense. And Mel, what I'm actually seeing is that there's the mainstream media news is starting to show their cards, if you will, of for our current resident that is right in, I can't say, who
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Resident Biden.
Yes, resident,
Yeah.
bye-bye. But, so, Dan Bongino was on his radio show. I was listening to him today, and they're getting to the point that everything that they're saying, if you guys don't get what they are saying bluntly, what they would never said about any other current resident, you guys have to really wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah, one guy I definitely want to interview would be citizen Richard journalist and Nancy Drew. I would like to interview both of you at the same time. If you're out there and you get this video, contact my producer, Susanna, and let's get the show on the road, because you guys have, I say this on many of the podcasts as well. You heard the Treasury got arrested. Did you hear about that? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely did. Yeah.
Nancy Drew and Richard Citizen Journalist were filming this. Their phones got confiscated and the videos got deleted and given back to them, and they were threatened to be arrested because dozens of police cars pulled up with prison-style buses and people were held off in handcuffs, and the Treasury's closed. Nobody's home.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is home.
I'll tell you what, Mel, I'll hook you up with Richard Citizen Journalist. I have his contact information. He's been on my show a few times, but Nancy Drew, I don't have anything on her.
Well, if you can get to Richard, you can get to Nancy because they hang out together. So, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely I'll send that over to your producer. I do have her contact information, so that's good because I'll reach out to him too.
Yeah, and the reason why they got arrested is because they did a massive audit, and the money wasn't there. It didn't match. There was somebody skimming off the top. Like, tell us something we don't know, please.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Right. Yeah, they're getting desperate.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe the Treasury and Ripple already have been merged. I believe the IRS is gone. I believe the Federal Reserve is gone. I believe all these entities. You go down to Washington, D.C. When was the last time you saw it? It's a ghost town.
Just call the IRS and see if anybody picks up.
Yeah.
Mel, this is Mel.
Yeah, nobody's home. Nobody is home. So I think whatever little of the Treasury that they were able to salvage, the ones that didn't get arrested, maybe the lower level guys, and the lower level guys from the IRS, because there's some good people in the IRS, some good people, good American, red-blooded American that are well-meaning, even though it's the biggest collection agency illegally set up that is registered in Puerto Rico. Look it up, okay, forever, okay, and they've been illegally taking your money, illegally, and none of your taxes go to the United States of America. None of your taxes fix bridges or fix traffic lights. Your money goes to the Vatican and it goes to the United Kingdom. Look it up, okay? So not to digress. So whatever is little, now, as I told you, Pulp Fiction, right? I go back, all right? Now, whatever is little of the Treasury is left is going to be merging with Ripple. I believe Ripple is going to become the new IMF, the International Monetary Fund. They're going to be the lender of last resort. Why a company with billions of dollars, like I always say in most of my podcasts, why a company, you have to ask yourself, you have to become an asshole. You have to ask questions, okay? Why a company with so much money and so much power is not allowed to leave the United States? Why? Because they're not allowed to. Because that 50 billion XRPs are worth too much money.
Yeah.
And why should American ingenuity go and benefit Singapore, Japan, or any other country? Why? And why would Ripple want to move out? Maybe they made them an offer they can't refuse, but simultaneously, I guarantee you, they don't want to move out because they realize that when the smoke clears, the United States of America, make no mistake about it, is still going to be the superpower of the world. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could just take a short break here and just let everybody know, please put your question in and please hit like, share, and whatever it is, you subscribe to my station. I'm trying to get it to grow. I'm trying to hit 30,000. I see a lot more people on here than 20 minutes ago. Please, if you like the information, if you like what Mel is saying to you, please support this channel and support Destin and I and Mel, actually. And thank you all. So, are you ready?
I want to say one more thing that proves that they're stifling you, me, and everybody who's got their finger on the pulse and we're over the target. I made a video recently of a chiropractor who comes on my show for 27 minutes, and we literally blew it out of the park. Okay. I'm selling this device that I thought nothing of it. I said, when I got this device, I said, this thing, are you kidding? I says, this thing is like, at worst, it looks like a fancy blow dryer, an exotic blow dryer. I said, worst thing, I says, I could use it as a blow dryer. Only one problem. I have no hair, right?
Yeah.
Long story short, some lady, I bumped into some lady's video on the internet that's got that thing that comes from the sun that we're not allowed to mention that starts with a C and ends with an R. Okay. And she starts to blow dry her mom's. It's got fancy crystals. It's got some lights shooting out of it. It's probably extraterrestrial technology for all we know. Somebody gave it to us as a gift because we can't build anything, right? And she starts to blow dry her mom's arm. This is when I start to really pay attention. And all of a sudden that thing is gone. The video lives on my website, on the one that ends with a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You go watch that video, right? I got 5. Here's the story. Ready? I got 5,000 hits. 5. How in the world can I produce 3,000 leads on a video that's got 5,000? No. Every time somebody clicks, it doesn't count as 1. It counts as every time 10 people click, it counts as 1. I guarantee you that video's got 50,000 hits. Because a video that happens, I got 6 ladies pulling out their hair, submitting all these orders for us, right? And I got 3,000 leads with a video that's got 5,000 hits.
Wow.
And I think that's where technology is going, every bit of it, with the frequency and the light.
Right. So I'm saying to myself, there is no way. This lady actually got the device. She tried it on herself. It worked. And after she realized that the device works, she took it to the office without telling her patients that it worked on her to see what their reaction was. She tried it on 3 different patients, and it worked on them as well. And she came on my channel to do a testimonial.
Oops, sorry.
If you know anything about sales, you know that you need tens of thousands, 100,000 maybe would have gotten 3,000 leads, not 5,000. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
I am absolutely certain. I'm absolutely certain that they are stifling us.
Yeah.
Something
Shadow banning,
fierce.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. This is a big one. There's a lot to this question, Mel. I'm not sure. You could say pass on any of these. Do you speak about the strawman yet? I think what Maggie is actually asking is, have you spoken about the strawman? Have you explained it yet?
Explain straw man. I'm a little lost. Everybody uses different terminologies that mean different things.
Okay, Destin, you want to take a stab at that?
I think what she's talking about is basically what you were talking about as far as when we come out of our mother's womb and we're worth X amount of dollars because we're being traded on. That's the straw man they speak of. Right.
Yeah. And there's a video on our website, on our YouTube that ends with the number 1 with none other than David Straight that talks about that. That's my biggest video. I had 18,800 subs at that point, and that video got 177,000 hits. That's when I wasn't being stifled, or maybe being stifled just a little bit. Now they got somebody manning my account because I uploaded something that wasn't supposed to. There's a couple of words that didn't belong. Boom. Within 3 minutes, we had something like 250 hits, less than 3 minutes. And within less than 3 minutes, it was the video was taken down. Said, you got a second strike. You're in jail now for 2 weeks. Great. I'm in jail with Nicholas Vienneman, by the way.
Oh,
He's in jail too.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of easing out. I got 30 more days, and I'm clean.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. I gotta slow it down a little bit, and you have to go 90 days, and then they wipe out all the BS, right?
I kept balancing. I always say I go bowling and I get strikes, and I go between 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Then I'll get cleaned up, and I'll get, something will happen. But I usually have a chalkboard behind me with the definition of the words that I'm saying. So let's see here. How are you doing? How are you feeling, Mel? Do you want to continue?
I got plenty of water, man. I'm ready to go. Just keep going.
Okay. All right. So Jane Sylvester is asking, where can we buy the blow dry machine you just talked about?
Yeah, if you go to my channel that ends with the number 1, XRP QFS team all together with a number 1 all together. Let me see. I'll get you the title of that video. This way you won't have to go crazy. Videos. Oh wait, that's the other channel. That's number 2. Sign out. No. Switch new. Okay. YouTube channel. I got to walk myself through this stuff. Hold on a second. The video was made like 9 days ago, guys. It's on the one that ends with a number 1. I'm having trouble finding YouTube Studio, your channel. That's not where I want to be.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. The dog got a ball underneath the couch and was crying for it. It was like, help me. It was driving me nuts.
My kids were out there
Here we go.
with my new karate music, and I was texting Chris going, it's too loud, too loud. No.
Okay, let's see here. A conspirator is calling me a criminal. What'd I do? I mean, that was like probably 2 minutes ago. I've already forgotten about it.
About your new YouTube.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. I feel like.
You know
what? I can't even tell you last time I even
All right, let me see if I can find the actual video. You put it where? Oh, she put it in the chat room, the video. My wife just put it in the chat room. Oh, she'll put it in the chat room. She will. Huh? What's that? Yeah, is it okay if we put that video with the chiropractor in there?
Yeah, I don't know where you're going to put it. You're talking about in this one here?
Yeah, in your chat room. Right, yeah. That's live right now. In the meantime, yeah, I don't know why it's not allowing me to get to it. It's playing little games with me as usual.
That's okay. I just want to do a shout out to Michael. Michael, it's all Cubs, no Sox, buddy. It's all Cubs. I'm telling you. He's giving me some crap here because I've got the Cubs on. I'm originally from Chicago, but I reside in Northwest Arkansas, so I have a big following of people from Chicago. And Chicago has 2 teams, as like a lot of the bigger states do. And I happen to be a Cub fan, and he is a Black Sox or White Sox. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, I don't follow any sports. I used to be a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't follow. They don't pay my bills. I don't follow them.
You guys have any thoughts?
It's all a distraction anyway.
Yeah, Destin, you're more than welcome to answer this. Any thoughts on the Hoover Dam fire?
Man, I'd love to see that sucker knock out that bridge that was brought over from England and put back together. That's on the
London Bridge.
Yes, I can't ever say that lake whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we do. Somebody's saying a generator blew at the Hoover Dam. They'll say whatever they need to say. We saw smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, I'll tell you why I thought that is because that's been a marker, right? Is that bridge coming down? And then Juan was there doing an interview, and you know how he never shows his face. It's always the boots and where he is, and it's right on that bridge. And I was like, where is that? Oh my God, what's connected? So that just may be me connecting dots and wanting them to be there, but I don't think so.
I just want to make a statement about people wanting to know about Strawman. I'm sure that there's been a lot of truthers, influencers have brought it up, and everybody looked up the information on the websites that you could do it. I don't chase the money. I look at it like this way. If we're all going to be doing well when it all happens, there'll be enough to go around. So I'll let the bean counters, if you will, or the accountants now who are doing all the figuring, I'll let them do the work and just say, here you go, Janine.
And she's not joking, guys, because it took me forever to get her to do silver, and then she didn't want to know about foreign currency or digital assets. So she has come a long way.
So my wife put the thing in the thing, but I'll also yell out the actual title. It's handheld frequency device, testimonial by a chiropractor using it on her patients. Okay, that's the title of the video. Handheld frequency device, testimonial by a chiropractor using it on her patients. Okay, 5,152 views and 3,000 leads. I was born at night, but not last night.
But his wife put the thing in the thing.
Yeah.
The thingamajig.
Yeah.
Okay, so Funny Shenanigans is making a statement. A lot of government folks are working remotely from home. Yes, because if you watch any of, like you say in Richard Journalist, it's empty. They got stores that are in there. It's completely empty. They got restaurants. The tables are turned over. There's nothing there but cockroaches.
I had, what's her name? Rita, which I love her. She's amazing. She's been on my show. As a matter of fact, I was talking to her today. She's an amazing individual with incredible knowledge. They did this currency revaluation thing a long time ago. Nobody even knows about it. And people became multi-billionaires from this. When they went to war with Kuwait, when Saddam Hussein called George Bush Sr., said, hey, listen, go right ahead, go attack, go ahead, go do it. All right. What they did is they knocked that money down in Kuwait down to like 0.0000 something. Okay. And a bunch of guys that understood the game went in there and bought that money. And when everything, all the smoke cleared and the war was done, some people became multi-billionaires. Okay. And another thing she made me aware of, which was amazing, when Donald Trump comes down the escalator, what's her name? His wife was dressed all in white, beautiful. She can wear a potato sack and she's still beautiful, right?
I know.
And she's in front of him. She's in front of him wearing this beautiful, Melania's wearing this beautiful outfit, white outfit. And then there's Trump behind her. And on the wall, it says currency exchange. There are no coincidences. None. This man has been working on Jassara Nasara day one.
Yes, and there's hints everywhere. You just have
everywhere. And her wearing her outfit, she'll get on the airplane wearing one outfit. She comes off that same flight wearing another outfit. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I have any way to prove this, but I'm pretty sure the military, the 17th letter in the alphabet, those guys, right? The Majestic 12, they got a catalog. Depending on what she's wearing is the next command.
Right. It's the flag, the color of the flags or whatever they
This
call
is the most unbelievable war that we've seen, silent war, covert war ever.
This is a really good question. Did we talk about the IRA and the 401 and getting your money out of the bank?
I have people calling me all the time. I say, not financial advice, but if I have an IRA or a 401k or I got money in the stock market, I would be wearing a diaper. Yes, take it out, put it in XRP, put it in XLM, put it in XDC, the ISOs, okay, and forget about it. Just drop it. Don't even look at it. The price is a distraction. The price is to get you to get stressed out and to get worried. Don't let them do that to you. We know how this movie ends. We already seen the credits. A lot of people are going to get wealthy that understand the way this game is being played. A lot of people. And a lot of people who have patience and cash flow. You got to have cash flow.
Right. Yeah, I don't even open up my Fidelity thing because I'd have to quit my job to change my 401k.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of do that to you. So.
MJ, if you just had deja vu, you're just catching up to yourself.
Thank you for the spelling or the phonetics on that lake. I appreciate it. Have a soup.
Let's see here. Somebody has said that there was a recent post of Trump out there. I'm just trying to find it. I'm not sure which one that they're referring to. I'm out on Truth Social. Gosh, this is moving very quickly here. Here's a question here. It's the same one I just had up there about the 401. No more questions. There's no more questions here.
Good. I think we did a pretty good job.
Wait.
I was going to say
one more.
What color spaceship are you getting once you're publicly rolled out? I don't know what that means. Will you also get a big chair with it?
Yeah. My favorite color, believe it or not, happens to be orange. And I could prove it because I own a very elaborate dune buggy. And I was going to paint it midnight blue. And my wife said, no, let's go orange. And it's like a Lamborghini orange. It's gorgeous. It's one of those Max Myers doom buggies like on steroids.
I just want to point out to everybody that Mr. T is out there. TJT is on social media, and he's got about 30 posts on who he is endorsing. So that means something, you guys. It's not that he's just out there to blah, blah, blah. He's pointing you all in the right direction for what's coming up, and he's got a lot of comments out there. Take a look at his Truth Social just to see where we're at, and you get a much better feeling about who he's endorsing as congressman, and it just goes on and on. I can't believe it. I've never seen a day like this where he had so many. It's where he's coming back before 2024.
He's not going to come back in 2024. He needs to come back before that, because I don't think that the United States of America is sustainable to go beyond that. It would be disastrous, in my opinion. I got some very difficult questions for what's his name, the guy with the boots, 107. If he ever comes on my show, we're trying to get to him right now. So not difficult questions where it's going to make him, bleed, but they're tougher questions than usual. And I won't say what those questions are, but when he comes on my show, you will know what they are. And can't wait for you to come on the show, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. I've been trying to get him for over a year, and I keep getting a message from his COO. He says, I forwarded to him. I don't know. You got to get on. You got to get a hold of Nino. He's got the connections, I'm telling you. So
does Susanna. Susanna's connected.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one other question. What other cryptos are good than XRP and Stellar?
What other cryptos are good?
Well, Annie is asking, I think she's asking, what other digital?
I'll give you my personal favorites that are not part of the ISOs that I believe wholeheartedly that they will survive. One is called VeChain, which is going to track and authenticate every product ever manufactured on Earth. It's going to tell you where it was built, when it was built, what the temperature was, what the humidity was, the authenticity, etc. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about that product. And I repeat, it's going to track every product. That means food. That means everything. It will tell you its origin. Yeah, VeChain right now, you could buy it for pennies, okay? It got up to about 26.3 cents or something like that. And now it's down in the dirt, not because it's a bad coin, because, we have some people out there called manipulators, okay? They're manipulating the market. So when everything tanks, everything tanks. I just can't wait for everybody to just show up with their 17 gallons of gasoline so we can burn down Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we're following two tokens that don't do nothing. They're a waste of time.
Right. Will you talk about that just a little bit? Because you're saying there's two tokens that don't do anything. They're a waste of time. And that's what I tried to explain to my husband about. Yeah. Read what they do and what they're.
I will give you my 2-minute elevator pitch on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin. If you were to take Bitcoin in a court of law, and the judge says, "What functionalities do you have?" and they say, "Oh, we are a store of value." Wrong answer. Survey says 0. Store value is not a functionality. We are more of a store value, XRP. Why? Because we have intrinsical value, because we solve problems, as in plural. Okay. Oh, we're scarce. Wrong answer. Survey says 0. Oh, we're a hedge against inflation. Not a functionality. Try again. They do nothing. Guys, I'm trying to drill this into your head. We're following a token that does nothing.
But they're
the Michael Saylors of the world, and what's his name, Max Kaisers of the world, will never dare step in the ring with me. They don't want to put their balls in a wood chipper. You understand? Because nobody knows how to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
They will steer clear of me like I am the digital asset, Bitcoin antichrist.
And on the description of each token, they do that. They tell you what they do. on the description, and
Right,
they're all different.
exactly. You have to have utility. So the other tokens we do like are Casino Coin. Why do we like Casino Coin? Well, ironically, and you could go do your homework, Casino Coin is a carbon copy. There's one video that's like 16, 17 minutes on YouTube where they interview the CEO and the CTO and a bunch of people. Very well done video. Casino Coin is a carbon copy of the one. Even though it's not an ISO, it is a identical, they just copied and pasted. It's the same identical source code. It's good enough for casinos. If down the road, through 3, 4, 5 years down the road, okay, people say, hey, I own a pizza shop, I own a hardware store, and Casino Coin is being accepted, and it's real money, and Casino Coin, let's say, fast forward, let's say Casino Coin goes to, $10 or $20 or $50, whatever that number is. And the casinos online are accepting it as real money. If it's real money for the casinos online, isn't it real money for a pizza guy or a hardware store or a dry cleaners or a sushi joint? You betcha. What's to stop somebody from putting their QR code out there with their receiving wallet key? Somebody can go in, scan it, and you just racked up a $250 sushi bill, which I normally do on a regular basis. Okay, and you scan the code, boom, paid with Casino Coin. What's to stop? Nothing. So Casino Coin definitely up there,
Right.
and VeChain definitely up there.
Okay. That was fantastic. Thank you, Mel. Okay, so I've seen this question even when Destin has been doing these. What's the deal with all the Trump buck ads that we keep seeing? I don't really, I really don't buy into any of it, but I can't help to think of if there's a purpose for it.
Are you saying Trump buck ads, meaning like Trump dollar ads? It doesn't mean a Trump dollar.
Like the Trump coins and the that are not real silver, and the I think they're they're $100 bills, I believe. The gold.
Yeah,
ones.
just be very careful. The only thing I can tell you is be very careful. Measure 9 times, cut once, you'll never get in trouble. Measure 9, and always ask, other people. Always network. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? And get as many opinions as possible. Don't just buy into some, advertisement.
Right. Right. Yeah, I purchased them, but just for keepsake purposes. And I said, if something happens with them, then great. If not, no worries.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jay Rocco. He is a moderator for Kristen Lee. He joins our show all the time, and he's saying, Mel rocks, love, peace, and prosperity to all. Thank you, Jay Rocco. We love you too.
Absolutely, Jay.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's about everything here. We're coming up on our 2 hours, and I thought this was fantastic. I have so much fun with you. I feel like I know you, Mel. I really do. I love that when the energy just flows and the sense of humor.
Well, we forget the record button is even on. We don't even know if there's 500 people or 500,000 people watching this. We don't care. You know what I mean? Because we can't see you. You can't stare us down and make us nervous. That's the beauty of the internet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So listen, I would love to just do a show with you again. Just coordinate with Suzanne, who handles my calendar. It's crazy to even say that this pizza guy has a producer. I never thought in my wildest dreams that this was going to happen. Seriously, never.
This brought opportunity for a lot of people, and actually there was a blessing in disguise for this crap here. For a lot of us, it's just like, okay, when the world stopped, everything stopped. We just said, okay, all the rules and the gloves are off, right? Let's go at it. And that's what I think it did for a lot of people. It did it for me. I decided I wasn't going to sit there anymore and not have a voice in any of this.
Well, and that's what we want. We want some of these people that are in the audience. Some of you have the gift of gab, and you're going to mess it up. And you're going to get nervous. Listen, when I started this, I used to get a migraine headache. I used to get sick to my stomach because I knew I sucked. My friend Patrick called me. He goes, Mel, can I tell you something? This is like after our 80th video, I started to get a little bit better, He's like, man, he goes, I used to dread watching you. You're a train wreck. You interrupt your guest every 2 seconds. You're the worst. I says, thank you, Patrick. I know. I says, now he goes, now I could watch you. He goes, now you give your guests a chance to speak their mind and, to answer you and all. I still interrupt a little bit. It's never going to be perfect, guys. But what I'm trying to tell you is start your own channels. We're not in competition with you. And we will help you. We'll come on you. I went on a channel, James Anthony. He had 126 subs. That's it. But because he had the cojones to ask Susan, I want to interview Mel, I said, yes, grant them the interview.
Yeah, working together. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
100%.
Destin the same way. She's a deep diver. She's always digging in for information. She's a great researcher, and I just said she has to, whenever she can. She holds a full-time job also with 6 kids. God bless her. God bless her.
Love you, Nadia, as well.
Yeah. So Uncle Mel, they're already calling you.
Don't call me uncle. That makes me feel too old. Call me cousin Mel.
For real.
What did you say?
Really?
I'm a grandma times.
Oh my God.
6
really?
Kids, almost 6 grandkids.
Grandmothers are getting sexier and sexier, aren't they?
Hey, I said that 50 is the new 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's my story. I'm going to stick to it.
That's great. Hey, man, I had a great time, too. Let's do it again. But, guys, we want you guys to really just grow some cojones because the way we take down the deep state, they hate me because I'm telling you the truth. You see, if I had a choice, because the XRP Army, I will leave it with this. We'll close it out. XRP Army 1.0, which I love dearly. We call them 1.0 because they were the original army, okay? Not because they've been preaching this thing about Klaus Schwab until I came to the scene. Like I said, I marched to a beat of a different drummer. I'm the salmon that swims upstream. When I recognized that Nasara was on the field and Brad Kimes, you know what I'm talking about because you made 3 videos on Nasara and then backed away for whatever reason. That's okay. That's fine. They're afraid of losing their audience. I get it. They built this massive 175,000, whatever, 200,000 people audience, and they don't want to lose it. They don't realize, yes, they're going to lose some, but on the back end, when in 6 or 8 months, the writing is on a wall, and you can't deny it anymore, that Jasara Nasara is here, just like Mike yesterday from the radio show called me, goes, hey, because I'm sorry, because I think you're right. Jasara Nasara is coming. I said, yeah, okay. Now, he'll call me, like I said, in a couple of months. He'll say, yeah, you're right about the ETs too. Let's sit down and talk again. And it's going to happen. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is I learned a lot off of these people. I learned so much, and I have the greater respect for most of them. Okay. There's a couple of them. There's always a few bad apples, not that many, that they would like to be rich at all costs. I'm not into that. I want everybody to have. I get no pleasure of driving down the highway with my car until we get to the flying saucers. I'd rather skip the cars and go right to the flying saucers and see people eating out of garbage cans or living on some mattress that somebody threw away. I don't get any pleasure out of that. I want everybody to be comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Mel, we've got Kristen in here right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kristen and Jason, Arcana. I love these 2 people. They're like my brother and sister. And hello to your mom.
Yeah, she's become a very good friend of mine, and I just love her. She's a sweet soul, isn't she?
She's amazing. She's amazing, Yeah. And I said to Nino, and Nino, like I said, there's a few things that people have a hard time wrapping their mind. I'm not fully there yet. I want to clear the air, okay? And I said, Kristen, you're so pretty. I said, you sure you're not the daughter of Dolly Parton? And she said, Mel, you're so cute. She said, but Dolly Parton is a man. It's already been proven. So I told this to Nino. He literally had a brain seizure, like on the air, And I don't know. I have no way of proving whether Dolly Parton is a man or a woman. But you know what? Just like a lot of people say the earth is flat, it wouldn't shock me. I just say, I don't know. But everything's possible. I got a 6-hour video that goes into the science of, the anatomy of a man and woman, okay? And with measurements, the science. And they say that a lot of people who we think are men or women, a lot of people who we think are women are men. Hollywood. Hollyweird, as Nino called it, correct? And so I have a 5-hour video. It's on my computer. I got to repost that because that's a pretty amazing video. It talks about the 33-degree Masons and all that kind of stuff in Hollywood. And it goes into body measurements,
Right.
You can't fool science, not the kind of science from Fauci. I'm talking real science.
He's retiring, I think. You know.
Well, he's been retired a long time ago. We're on model number 4.
Oh, whew.
I know.
I'm telling you, we're going to set this up. We're going to have one hell of a round table. If I can talk Kristen and Jason and Destin and you, Mel, back, and we'll plan this out accordingly, and it will just be really fun. But we'll do more with you, Mel, of course, because there's people who are going to see this and then say, oh, okay, I got to look into this, and they're going to come back with more questions. But I do appreciate all your time.
Well, they could relate to me because they all buy pizza from a guy just like me around the corner from the house.
Yes, don't say that. So I'm originally from Chicago, and I'm in Northwest Arkansas. And anybody in Arkansas, please don't take this the wrong way, but you don't have good pizza. I've got to go back to Chicago to get my pizza.
Oh, yeah.
It's not done in a brick oven.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Thank you, guys. It was an absolute pleasure. I loved every minute of it. I can't wait to do it again. Coordinate with Suzanne, and we'll make it happen for sure.
Yeah, and I'll pass on all those other contacts that you might want. So thank you so much, Destin. Please say something parting because you didn't. This is the first time you didn't talk much.
Well, you know, I just want everybody to learn and listen, and us all come together, like Mel's saying. You know, if this is the way the world's going, we need to help one another, and we need to. You're only as strong as your weakest link, so we don't want any weak links, y'all.
You know, we're going to help up all of our brothers and sisters, and we're
Start your own channels. Start your own channels. Divide and conquer. They hate when we stand up. Start your own channel. We'll help you.
Yes,
there's a lot of talent out there. Gina, I'm talking to you in Oregon. Darren.
Michael in Chicago, give him some shit.
Gilla Jed, right? She's up and coming. She's got like 4,000 subs, right? Gilla Jed. She's amazing. My Jewish, one of my favorite Jewish people in the entire world. Okay. I said, listen, you are a podcast. Do it, right? All of a sudden, people are resonating with her. She's just growing and growing. I bet you by the time she gets to 30,000, though, somebody's going to put the squeeze on her and stifle her. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you so much for everything, and blessings to everybody here. Thank you, Destin. I almost called you by your real name. Thank you so much.
You know I don't care. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Exactly.
I love you guys. Goodbye.
Thank you.
And now we'll turn the page.